Good morning, class. Today I am here to explain another chapter from your civic section, that is Understanding Media. I hope all of you are fine and follow all the guidelines issued by the government. So, let's start a new chapter, Understanding Media. I hope all of you are attentive during the session. Let's start. In this chapter, the main objectives are importance of media, relationship between media and democracy, different kinds of media, what is the impact of changing technology on media, important terms related to media. So these are all the main objectives of the chapter Understanding Media. Before I proceed, firstly we have to know about the definition of media. What is media? Media refers to all means of communication, everything ranging from a phone call to the evening news on TV can be called as media. TV, radio, and newspapers are forms of media. Since they reach millions of people across the world, they are called mass media. When we communicate thousands of people at the same time, that is called mass media. The word media is the plural form of medium, and it describes the various ways through which we communicate in society. By media, we can communicate with one another in a very different ways. So there are many kinds of media, that is print media, audio media, newspapers, television, magazines, radio, internet, or all these types of media. Media and money. So this is the another important topic of this chapter, that is media and money. There are different technologies that mass media use are expensive. A news studio, it is not only the news reader who needs to be paid, but also a number of other people who help put the broadcast together. So not only media person or the news reader is there, so there are many people behind the news channel. A lot of money is spent on getting the latest technology. To meet this cost, it needs money. So money plays an important role in media. Media has come to own by big corporates. Media therefore uses advertising as a tool to raise revenue. So media is also played an important role for the people who have big corporates, and they utilize media according to their own way. Next topic is media and democracy. Media plays a very important role in providing news and discussing events taking place in the country and the world. News stories of media inform people about important events in the country. Some important ways by which people can take about important events in the country are organizing public protest, starting a signature campaign, etc. So, students, we need change in the media section. So, we have to change a media's perspective. By these media setting agendas, the media also play an important role in deciding which stories us to focus on. So, media already set their agendas where we have to cover the stories, through which stories we gain a lot of popularity among people. So, by focusing on particular issues, it influences and shapes our thoughts. It is said the media set the agendas for people. Very recently, the media reported alarming levels of pesticides in cold drinks. This report led to safety standards being set for colas. So, media plays a very important role in our lives as it tells us about working of the government. It tells us about the perspective positive perspectives and the negative perspectives of the government. It also known about the different issues created in the society. Many people come to know about the what is going on in a society by the media. Freedom of expression should be given to media to report events independently. So that is the most important topic related to media, that is the freedom of expression. So media have freedom of expression to report true news, and to report new events independently without any pressure. So these are all the pictures that we have already seen in the newspapers, that news sensation, daily news, breaking news, shocking news, good news, etc., etc., latest news. So these are all the ways through which we can um, give the news to the. So this is the mind map of the chapter Understanding Media, in which we cover the main topics, that is media, means of communication, broadcasting, publishing, internet, advanced technology. All these are come under the topic media. After that, news and newspaper. We come to know about the news from the newspapers. We come to know about the national and international news, regional news and sports news from the newspaper. We come to know about the different types of games, sports were going on in which country, and which country will play. So all these are news covered by the newspapers. Next is consistency. Yes, this is very important related to the media. It involves consistency, authentic news covered by the media personals. Core values. Media never forget the values. No false statements. So be aware about reporting, that they whatever they reporting, always remember no false statement given to the people. Apps. So there are many apps nowadays through which we can communicate to thousands of people at the same time. For example, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. So these are all the social networking sites, apps, which are very helpful for the people to attain information all over the world. So social media also play an important role for updating ourselves. News groups. So there are many news groups that you can see on the social networking sites. There were many different types of news groups through which we updated time to time. Podcasts are there, bloggings. So blogging during this pandemic, we seen different kinds of blogging is there. Music, ratings, videos. So these are all the parts of the social media which updated ourselves in a different ways. In the end, there are some definitions of this chapter which is very important and very informative, that is media. Public protest. When people collectively state their opposition to some issue by organizing a rally, starting a signature campaign, etc., it is known as the public protest. When a number of people against a particular issue, then they give their statement in front of the government by doing some activities like rally, starting a signature campaign. Next is balanced report. A balanced report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the leaders to make up their minds. They never pressurize the people. Only they cover the story and totally leave it for the people to make a decision on that story. Censorship. The government has the power to disallow media from publishing or showing certain stories. So this the power of censorship nowadays in the hands of the government. So this means the government can censor the media. Now indirectly government censor the media, government run the media. Broadcast. A TV or radio program that is widely transmitted. Setting agendas. One of the important functions of media is that it decides what stories should be focused on, and thus decides on what is newsworthy. This is often said that the media set the agenda. Yes, it is true. Media already set the agenda कि what the story they covered, from which story they gain a popularity, and which story never gain popularity and they never focuses on that story. For example, if a minister visit a school, the media reach in that school. On the other hand, if a people suffering from the uh, earthquake, people never want to go there and cover that story because it never gained popularity. So media already setting the agendas what they covered. Local media, it deals with small issues that involve ordinary people and their daily lives. It publishes news of local importance. So local media is also play an important role for the ordinary people to know about the what is going in our area. So for example, we live in the Jammu city, so there are many local newspapers are there, that is Amar Ujala, Dainik Bhaskar, Dainik Jagran, Daily Excelsior. So these are the local media through which people updated themselves by reading their local newspaper. And the end, I conclude this important chapter, Understanding Media, with the thought: don't use social media to impress people, use it to impact people, because social media have both coins, positive and negative. I hope all of you use social media in a very positive way and improve yourself by different ways. Thank you. Have a nice